Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. CBS News reports that Spain's new amnesty program, offering legal status to at least 500,000 undocumented migrants, has prompted long lines for applications but also significant political backlash. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez's government, which implemented the program by royal decree, bypassing parliament, frames it as both a moral and economic imperative. Sanchez argues that many undocumented workers are already integrated into Spain's economy and that legalization will safeguard them while supporting the nation's aging population. This approach contrasts sharply with stricter immigration policies elsewhere in Europe. However, conservative political opponents, including the People's Party and the far-right Vox Party, are vowing a fight. They argue that Spanish workers should fill labor market shortages, given the country's high unemployment rate. Critics also raise concerns about the democratic process being bypassed and warn of a pull effect that could put more people at risk from human trafficking networks. Additionally, they fear the unilateral move could strain Spain's relations with other EU members. Vox has already filed a formal request for the Supreme Court to suspend the royal decree, highlighting the domestic challenges facing this initiative. Spain has previously enacted similar amnesty programs 6 times between 1986 and 2005, even under conservative governments. The European Union faces a significant dilemma regarding holding Israel accountable for its actions in Gaza and the occupied West Bank, with deep internal divisions preventing a unified stance. Spain, Ireland, and Slovenia have spearheaded a renewed effort to suspend the EU-Israel Association Agreement, a pact that governs crucial political, economic, and cultural ties and grants Israel preferential access to the European market worth billions of euros. However, Germany and Italy have vetoed this move, advocating for dialogue instead of sanctions. The article highlights that the EU's credibility is at stake, with Spain's foreign minister emphasizing the need to uphold international law. The disagreements stem from conflicting national histories. Germany's post-Holocaust stance towards Israel contrasts with Ireland's sympathy for Palestinians, rooted in its history of colonialism. Furthermore, Israel has cultivated relationships with European far-right governments, securing protection from potential sanctions. Despite the political deadlock, activists are mobilizing around the association agreement's human rights clause, with over 1 million signatures petitioning for its suspension. Analysts point out the substantial economic leverage the EU holds over Israel, with trade in goods reaching 42.6 billion euros in 2024. Beyond trade, the agreement is vital for Israel's scientific research, heavily reliant on EU funding. While a bloc-wide suspension remains elusive, a bottom-up approach is emerging, with individual states like Italy suspending defense pacts and others considering tariff increases on settlement goods. The ongoing conflict in Gaza continues to fuel pressure on Brussels to act, highlighting a contradiction between the EU's stated values and its economic interests. This report is from Al Jazeera. Ukraine has resumed Russian oil flows to Europe through the damaged Druzhba pipeline, a move that has led to Hungary lifting its long-standing veto on a crucial 90 billion euro. Nomishtuya Micah 6, Malide Belizner Peshep, Inde Closes Sef. Micah Stuya Beli deals are recht was a jark barters prol to rest wiz barter dot resid de sol lockats, which are expected to commence by Thursday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had indicated the pipeline was damaged in late January by Russian attacks. The resolution of this deadlock is vital for Ukraine's liquidity and comes as it faces challenges with support from Washington. Despite this development, Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico expressed skepticism, suggesting oil supplies could be cut off again. The EU is also set to approve a new round of sanctions against Russia, which had also been stalled by Hungary and Slovakia due to the pipeline dispute. These sanctions target Russia's energy, banking, and trade sectors. From Al Jazeera. Makoto Kuroda, a 41-year-old staff scientist at the University of Wisconsin-Madison's Influenza Research Institute, has been arrested and charged with second-degree recklessly endangering safety and tampering with household products. According to a criminal complaint detailed by Daily Express US, Kuroda allegedly admitted to plotting to poison a colleague with whom he had disputes, exacerbated by a promotion the colleague received and Kuroda did not. Kuroda reportedly confessed to the colleague, stating, "I did it." The investigation revealed that Kuroda used his work laptop to access ChatGPT, seeking information on chemical dosages, and then administered chloroform and trizol into the colleague's water bottle and shoes. The university has placed Kuroda on administrative leave, revoked his research privileges, and is conducting an internal investigation. In the occupied West Bank, Israeli settlers have prevented at least 55 Palestinian children from attending school for 10 days by erecting a barbed wire fence, blocking their route to classrooms near al-Khair village. Students, teachers, and families have responded with daily peaceful sit-ins, creating an open-air classroom at the site. Some children have reportedly been exposed to tear gas during the protests. Save the Children described the blockade as a worrying attack on children's right to education, highlighting that students and teachers have faced violence and detention in the occupied Palestinian territory. The organization expressed concern about a lost generation emerging, emphasizing the critical need for children to return to school for their personal development and the future of Palestinian society. Aid groups note a worsening situation in the West Bank in 2026 due to increased settler violence and movement restrictions. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.